Hey, it's me, Enigma Hood. How's it going, dumb fucks? Today I'm gonna talk about abortion again. I've revised my position. I think this is the best position that I can have. Before I get into that, I want to talk about what happened in Ireland, which completely outraged me, and I'm gonna post all the news links in the description, so go check that stuff out. Savita, some Indian woman named Savita, and I don't know how to pronounce her last name. You might be thinking, well, how can an Indian guy like me not be able to pronounce another Indian person's last name? Hey, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Go fuck yourself. But what's important is that she died. She died in Ireland because these dumb fucks over there refused to give her an abortion when she was dying of a miscarriage. She miscarried. And the doctors even told her, hey, you're miscarrying. The baby inside of you is dying or is dead. And she was in incredible pain, unbelievable pain. And she was begging the doctors to perform a full abortion and remove the fetus. I don't exactly know exactly what she was asking, but obviously she wanted to remove the fetus from her body. Okay, she miscarried, it upset her, but she wanted to live, and she was in excruciating pain. Now, these scumbag nurses and doctors and everyone at that fucking clinic refused to perform the abortion because they could still get a heartbeat from this embryo. Are you out of your fucking minds, you dumb pieces of shit? Okay? I don't give a fuck if there's still a heartbeat. You guys knew. You idiots knew that she was miscarrying. What the fuck? Just because this lump of flesh has a heartbeat that's going like boop 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 boop. So what? You guys knew she was miscarrying. It was a technicality in the law that you guys were afraid of. So you guys refused to do the right thing to cover your own worthless asses. This just reveals the cowardice and the selfishness of human nature, that they refuse to do the right thing. The right thing in order to protect and cover their own asses. They could have performed this abortion and saved her life. But they refused to do it. Now, I checked the laws in Ireland. They are supposed to perform... abortion's illegal unless there's a danger to the mother's life. Well, what the fuck do you call this? There was a danger to her life. She died as a result of these incompetent dumb fucks not performing this abortion. You Irish pieces of shit. What the fuck is going on in that country? The fuck is the matter with you? That pisses me off tremendously. You know, we as Americans, we should boycott everything that's Irish unless they revise this bullshit and hold those people accountable. First of all, they need to hold those fucking doctors and nurses and medical staff accountable for what happened. Otherwise, we boycott anything that comes out of Ireland. Now, to be honest, I have no fucking clue what even comes out of Ireland that we buy. But Irish Spring soap? I'll make sure not to buy that if it comes from Ireland, but I doubt it. It really does come from fucking Ireland. What the fuck do I buy that comes from Ireland? If you buy anything that comes from Ireland, don't buy it. Because these fucks killed someone because they wanted to protect their own asses, and I got a feeling that the Irish government is gonna do jack shit about it because they know that this is an international incident that makes them look bad. You have to allow for abortion if the mother's life is in danger. I don't care if the embryo has a heartbeat or if it's moving around. The fucking thing died in the end anyway, you stupid sick fucks. The fuck is the matter with you? Alright, this outrages me completely, and I hope you guys do something proactive to let them know that we should boycott anything that's Irish. Okay, St. Patrick's Day, fuck him. Fuck him. I don't even know when the fuck it is. I never cared about St. Patrick's Day. Fuck him. Okay? Ireland, that country has lost a great deal of respect in my eyes for what they did. And I know that not all Irish people support this. You know? And you guys should come out and condemn what has happened. And you can't blame Americans for wanting to boycott Irish stuff. Because we should. Because we don't stand for this kind of thing. Now, with all of that said, it's a very ugly situation. What is my stance on abortion, though? My stance on abortion is I am pro-choice, but I am not in favor for abortion in all situations. I'm not pro-abortion. I know there are a lot of people that are. However, I am pro-choice in the sense that you have to allow for the possibility that people need to get abortions, because then we run into these kinds of stupid situations. I may not like abortion for any reason. Like if just a woman sleeps around, has tons of sex with lots of guys, and then she has like 10 billion abortions because she's a sleazy slut. I mean, I don't like that, and I think that's wrong, unethical, and immoral. But we have to allow for the possibility that, I mean, it's about freedom and rights, and that's a higher priority, especially in America. I realize that now. But I don't want people to think that just because you are pro-choice, that does not mean you are pro-abortion. I think abortion is wrong in the vast majority of cases where it is performed. I mean, think about it. Think about it. Like, if someone has an abortion, like, if you are pro-choice and you haven't really thought about this enough, if someone has an abortion because they think the embryo is ugly, it's going to become an ugly baby, and they say, you know what, I want to have an abortion, this is an ugly baby. Do you think that's morally right? And I ask this to so many people that are pro-choice, but they're really pro-abortion, and they always waffle on that question. They say, well, I support the woman's right to have an abortion. I said, I know that, dumb fuck, but that's not what I asked you. I asked if you think it's right morally to do that. I'm not asking you whether you support her right to have an abortion. I'm asking you, do you think it's right? And they always waffle on that question. They can't give me a straight answer. Do you think it's right to abort an embryo if you want a boy and you know that it's going to be a girl? Do you think that's right? You know? And it's a moral question. Not, do you support the woman's right to have an abortion? I don't give a fuck. I'm not asking that. So stop answering a straw man. You know, I've had discussions with people and they always do that. So don't post in the comment section, oh, well, I may not think this is right, but I support her right to have an abortion. I'm not asking that, dumb fuck. So please do not say that. I swear I will fucking kick your ass if you say that. I'll go to your house personally and do an ass kicking. No, I want to know what your moral position is, because I think that's wrong. I think it's wrong to have an abortion because you think the baby's ugly, but because you think you want a boy instead of a girl. I think it's immoral if you just have tons of sex and then you want to have an abortion because you don't give a fuck. I think those are immoral issues. Now, whether we should legislate on that, well, that's... Right now, I am pro-choice. You know, don't ask any questions. If the woman wants an abortion, then that's that. Now, as for whether we should pay for this with health insurance, you know, like, this is where I actually agree with Republican dumbfucks. You know, if they weren't so extreme and pandered to the religious right, which has nothing to do with these issues, because these are issues that everyone faces, they might get more support. But since they're Republican hick dumbfucks who like to pray to God and other fairy tales for adults, they'll never get my support. But the fact of the matter is, I do not think that taxpayer money should be paid for abortions unless unless the woman's life is in danger or if the woman was raped. Then that's acceptable. Now, if it's just like, I slept around, I had too much sex, and there was too much cum in my pussy, and I don't want the baby. No. She has the right to her choice, but she doesn't have the right to make it everyone else's choice, because we might find that morally objectionable, and we shouldn't have to pay for that. It's wrong. Okay? It's wrong. It's as simple as that. If you are careless and have tons of sex and you want an abortion, you need to pay for it, as far as I'm concerned. That's how it is. As for, rape, as long as the woman, like, it doesn't even have to be proven that the rape occurred, as long as she files a police report, I think that's good enough, you know. Now, you might be thinking, oh, well, what if they just file false police reports? That's very, like, unlikely. The amount of false police reports for rape is small, and if you think about it, the amount of trouble you have to go through just because you don't want to pay for your abortion and make up a fake police report that you were raped, that's more trouble than it's worth, and you're gonna get into a lot of fucking trouble if you are revealed as a lying piece of shit. So, no matter what, like, I think the system works pretty well in that sense, you know. Just file a police report that you were raped, and, you know, then that could be covered by public funds. And if you were lying, then you're going to get into a fuckload of trouble. It's as simple as that. And of course, if your life is in danger, like what happened to Savita, you know, it's just, that's a medical issue. She didn't want to have an abortion. She had to have an abortion because her fucking life was in jeopardy, and these sick fucks killed her. As far as I'm concerned, they killed her. Okay? Because if you have the power to save someone's life and you choose not to, you killed that person. You effectively killed them. Anyway, I don't think there's anything else I want to talk about. I do want to mention that abortion there aren't too many logical, rational reasons other than emotion. I don't think you can separate emotion from the equation. And I was talking to a friend of mine about this. And, you know, he kept on criticizing me for invoking my emotion into this. But then I said to him, what is our objection to killing babies? What is the rational reason behind not killing babies? The number one reason, and just, I don't care what the fuck you say, it's an emotional reason. We don't kill babies because of how we perceive it emotionally. When we see the baby, it stimulates our senses, which in turn stimulate our emotions, and it compels us not to kill it. That is the crux of the issue. And you can't separate that from the equation. So, like, when you don't see an embryo, that's the thing. The embryo's just inside of the stomach. We don't see it. So it's not stimulating our senses, our sense of sight, our sense of smell and hearing. It's not doing that. And those are important stimuli, which also invoke emotion, which alters our behavior. Seeing a baby does that, because you can see it, stimulates the eyesight. You can smell it. You can smell the shit in its pants. You can hear it crying. All these things invoke emotion, especially in females. And, you know, the visual cuteness of it, you want to take care of it. It's evoking your emotions, and then that alters your behavior to be conducive towards you want to take care of it. That's how we evolved. And when our senses are not being stimulated, then our behavior is altered. That's why we are less inclined to want to take care of it. It is true that women that see ultrasounds of their child, like prospective abortion, prospective women who want abortions, if they see an ultrasound of their child, they are extremely deterred from having an abortion because it's stimulating those senses and invoking those emotions. Cuteness. Cuteness is something that was evolved. We humans want to appreciate cuteness and want to take care of something that is cute. Okay? Another animal like a shark never evolved that. Okay? Because they have tough babies. Those babies are rugged and they can take care of themselves. All babies are frail. If you abandon a baby, it will die. It's not like a shark baby. Shark baby can take care of itself. Doesn't need mother to take care of it. That's why, you know, it didn't need to evolve an appreciation for love and cuteness. Beings had to have done it. If you have small numbers of offspring that are vulnerable, you have to have some compassion and love. You have to have some kind of emotion to want to take care of it. Otherwise, inevitably, the species will go extinct. That's the way we are like this. It has nothing to do with God and other stupid and his moral dictating code. No, that's bullshit. It's made up crap. This is how we evolved. It's natural selection. If you want a specific example, I can give you a specific example. One day, I was really frustrated with my cat. He was bugging the fuck out of me. I gave him plenty of dry food, but I knew that he was being picky. And he wanted wet cat food, so I was ignoring him. Then he started screaming, like meowing really, really fucking loudly. And I got so frustrated with him that I picked him up very quickly. And then when that happened, he produced a noise. Like, maybe I picked him up too quickly. He produced a noise that was very shrill and high-pitched. And it affected me. It affected my emotions. When it stimulated my auditory senses, my hearing that noise completely changed my emotional reaction. I went from being frustrated and angry with the cat to feeling regret, sadness, and compassion towards the cat. I felt really bad for what I did because I picked him up too quickly. When he made that noise, it was like a weird, like you know what I'm talking about. It's just like a really strange noise that like unnerves you. I was completely unnerved hearing that because it stimulated my senses, which in turn changed my emotional state. After that, my behavior changed. I then gave him his wet cat food. I wanted to take care of him. I petted him, calmed him down, and I took care of him. I gave him his wet cat food. So that's the thing. When you have a baby, when you have an embryo inside of the stomach, that's not stimulating your emotions quite as much as actually seeing the baby in real life. And that's why we have that emotional response. And that's why you can't separate emotion from the abortion question. It's impossible. Anyway, this video has gone on for way too long. I apologize for that, but, sometimes I have to do it. That's just the way it is. Check out the links on Savita and be outraged about it, because we all should be outraged about that. But we shouldn't be okay with abortion. We should be pro-choice, but we shouldn't just think. I don't think it's right to think. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but I really don't think that we should just be in favor, okay with abortion, period. I think there are some moral considerations there. This is Enigma Hood signing off.